Morning Miramar, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. right here, right now.
Coordinator with the City of Miramar's Office of Marketing and Public Relations. Today is Thursday, March 8th, and it is also International Women's Day, so happy International Women's Day to all the wonderful ladies out there. Continue to inspire and empower each other. Today we have a wonderful show planned for you. First, we'll be joined by the studio artists from Florida Grand Opera who are here today to tell us all about their upcoming performance, All That Glitters, at the Miramar Cultural Center. Then we will be joined by the development engineer, Salvador Zuniga with the City of Miramar, who is here to provide us with updates on Phase 2 of the historic Miramar Complete Streets project. Please be sure to connect with us on social media. You can comment on our live stream program or dial into this program at any time, 1-877-2-MIRAMAR, or that's 1-877-264-7262. The weather for today, Thursday, March 8th, is going to bring some partly cloudy skies. The high temperature will be 71 degrees and the low will be 54. Now, do you need alternative financing options to repair your roof, windows, or air conditioning unit? Or are you a contractor looking to learn how to become an authorized PACE contractor? If so, join Miramar Mayor Wayne Wessam as he hosts a free workshop so that you can learn about PACE financing and how contractors can learn how to pre-qualify as PACE contractors. PACE stands for Properly Assessed Clean Energy and allows for property owners to receive upfront financing for qualifying improvements. To learn more about this program and the benefits for property owners and contractors alike, join us today, Thursday, March 8th at 6 p.m. at the Miramar Multi-Service Complex located at 6700 Miramar Parkway. To RSVP, you can visit MiramarPaceWorkshop.eventbrite.com. And if you have questions, you can call 954-602-3270. Join Commissioner Maxwell Chambers for a roundtable discussion on building healthy military communities. That's happening today, Thursday, March 8th at 2 p.m. at the Miramar City Hall Commission Chambers. For more information on this, you can call 954-602-3157. As a reminder, this Friday, March 9th, Dr. Shaniqua Fleming, our fabulous co-host for Beyond Boundaries and founder and CEO of Perfect Solutions Consulting Group, is hosting Leaders Who Lunch at Brimstone Woodfire Grill in Pembroke Gardens. That's happening from noon to 1:30 p.m. It's not just a lunch, it's powerful conversations, dynamic connections, action, and impact. It's a call to higher expression and demonstration of leadership. Join Dr. Fleming and other visionaries, thought leaders, and brilliant minds who are sure to give you food for thought and inspire you to take action, all while enjoying great food. To register, please visit drshaniquafleming.com/leaderswholunch. Support the Miramar Police Department and the Police Unity Tour at Cops and Cowboys. It's a fundraiser happening next week, Tuesday, March 13th from 4 to 10 p.m. at Texas Roadhouse, located at 3241 Southwest 168th Avenue. For more information on this, please call 954-499-3391. Now, the Florida Grand Opera is returning to the Miramar Cultural Center to explore the jewels of operatic art and song repertoire. Join our Florida Grand Opera studio artists who are here today to tell us more about a lyrical journey of love, loss, and everything in between. That's happening Tuesday, March 13th, which is next week at 7:30 p.m. For tickets to this event, you can visit MiramarCulturalCenter.org. Now, Miramar Cultural Center resident artist Ballet Etudes of South Florida is hosting a ballet technique master dance class for intermediate and advanced dancers, ages 12 and up of all backgrounds, to get a better understanding of ballet as the foundation of all dance. The master class is taking place on Saturday, March 17th at 10 a.m. at our Miramar Cultural Center. For tickets to this class, please visit MiramarCulturalCenter.org. Also, as a reminder, City of Miramar Mayor Wayne Wessam, along with Memorial Hospital Miramar and Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, is hosting a free 3K run walk. It's a health fair as well, and family fun day on Saturday, March 17th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event is featuring various health screenings, a kids zone, and so much more fun for the entire family. For information on this, you can call 954-602-3198. Now, on Tuesday, March 27th and Wednesday, March 28th, the City of Miramar Public Works, Utilities, and Parks and Recreation Departments are inviting all of our residents to a special informational meeting to address questions, concerns, comments and various other issues that residents might have regarding city operations that include traffic control, water treatment, street and sidewalk maintenance, recycling, and parks and recreation activities. This forum will also provide our city staff an opportunity to share details on city programs and updates on our current and planned capital improvement projects. There are 2 meetings. The first will take place at the Sunset Lakes Community Center Ballroom, located at 2801 Southwest 186th Avenue. That's on Tuesday, March 27th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And the second meeting will take place on Wednesday, March 28th at the Miramar Multi-Service Complex located at 6700 Miramar Parkway from 6:30 to 8 p.m. We hope to see you all there, and just as a reminder, both of those meetings will be discussing the same information, so it's not necessary to attend both. And we are inviting everyone to join us on March 29th at our brand new Fire Station 107. That's located at 11811 Miramar Parkway. The open house will have tours available of our new fire station as well as staff on hand to provide information for fire safety to the general public. For information on this, you can visit MiramarFL.gov. Now, in honor of Women's History Month and International Women's Day, here's today's moment in women's history. Did you know that Dr. Myra A. Logan made history in 1943 by becoming the first woman to operate on a human heart? Open heart surgery was still a new procedure at the time, and it was actually only the 9th operation of its kind. She continued to be a trailblazer in the field of medicine, studying new antibiotic drugs and research methods of early detection for breast cancer, and her work in this area has saved thousands of lives. So thank you to Dr. Logan for that. And now, without further ado, I would like to reintroduce our very special guest this morning. We have the studio artists here from the Florida Grand Opera. I have Maria Kagaskian and Dominic Corbaccio. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you both today?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having us.
Doing well. Thank you so much for being here today. Now, we're going to be talking all about All That Glitters, which is coming to the City of Miramar next week. But before we get into that, I'd just like you both to just introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit kind of about your background where it comes to the arts and opera and all of that fun stuff and where you come from.
Sure. So my name is Maria Kaganskaya. That's how you pronounce it in Russian. That's where I'm from, St. Petersburg, Russia, originally. I grew up in San Francisco, where I got a very good music education. My mother is actually a pianist. Russian pianists, terrifying. So she terrorized me into being a decent musician, and I was in the San Francisco Girls Chorus growing up, where I developed a love of singing. And fast forward to right now, I somehow make a career in singing really loudly for people. So it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Dominic?
So I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, and I also grew up singing in the Syracuse Children's Choir. I was also a pianist for a long time, and I kind of hit that crossroads when I was 15, kind of having to decide whether or not to be a pianist or a singer. And I grew up listening to, Italian folk music in my house a lot, so I kind of had an ear for that from the very beginning. And so I went to the Manhattan School of Music, and here I am. My second year as a studio artist with Florida Grand Opera.
That's a wonderful story. Now, you both mentioned that you kind of had, growing up, that musical background. And were both of your parents pianists? I know you said your mom was, but was your family?
No, my dad played guitar when I was younger, but there was no really musical background in my family.
Okay.
Yeah, my neighbor had a piano growing up that I played from a really young age, but
okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So it was kind of something that was fostered from that young age and developed into, a career for the both of you. So tell us a little bit about each of you, kind of after your classical training at your respective schools and transitioning into working professionally as opera singers. Tell us kind of about that transition, how you got to the Florida Grand Opera, where you are now.
There were auditions. We've both finished pretty good music schools, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you do that, you sort of audition, you prepare your audition package and audition for companies and hope you get into a good one, and we sure lucked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's kind of this audition season that happens in New York every December, and all the companies will bring representatives to the city, and you kind of sing for everyone who will hear you, and you hope for the best, and you sing your 5 arias, or probably 2 if you're lucky, actually, and then you see where that takes you.
Definitely. Now, You both mentioned that you're a studio artist with the Florida Grand Opera. Now, you have an upcoming performance, All That Glitters. Tell us about the other kind of performances that you do with the Florida Grand Opera as studio artists.
So we have main stage responsibilities. The studio artists, we sing small to medium-sized roles on the main stage in our 4 productions every season. But other responsibilities also include community outreach events like this one that we're doing in Miramar. And we also have a traveling opera that goes to different schools throughout the Miami-Dade area. This year it's the Elixir of Love. So it's a 45-minute reduction of an Italian opera that we sing in English to bring to kids ages 5 to 18 in the community.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
That's really fun. So, All That Glitters, it talks about, and we mentioned it briefly in the announcements portion, kind of a journey of love, loss, and everything in between. So tell us kind of a little bit what that show entails and, you know, all of that fun stuff.
We'll be doing lots of different arias, which is like a song from an opera, and ensembles, so duets and trios. And just, I think this concert is going to be really great because it encompasses all the different aspects that you find in opera. So there are songs about love and songs about loss and sadness. This one really beautiful thing that I get to do with 2 of my colleagues is the trio from Così fan tutte, which is just the most beautiful music ever. And it's just these 3 people singing at the same time about saying goodbye and like hoping that things go well. And
yes. So that's actually happening next Tuesday here. Tell us a little bit about the preparation, because I know that opera singing is not just, hey, I'm just going to sing and
just wake up in the morning and sing some opera.
And sing opera. Yeah. Tell us about the preparation that goes into like maybe this weekend and next week, getting your voices ready for a show like this.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in a program like this, you're kind of singing all the time, so it doesn't take as much quote-unquote warm-up time, you know. Your voice is kind of always warm and ready to go. But for a show like this, where it's kind of opera's greatest hits type of thing, we usually spend a day or 2 getting things together and preparing for that. And it's fun to do a concert like this because it's rare that you get to just join a group of your colleagues on stage and sing things that you really know and love. So that makes it a lot of fun.
We rehearse with the pianist who's playing because there's always someone playing the piano unless there's an orchestra, which is kind of fun. But in this case, it's a piano, we will work with the pianist and make sure that we have everything synced up and ready to go.
And how many cast members will be in this show?
This, I believe there are 5 or 6 of us, I think.
Some of us, not the whole gang. We have 11 people in the program right now.
11 people.
We sort of take turns, like who gets to do a concert when, and we get to do this one, which is it's really great.
It's a good program. There's some really fantastic pieces.
And what's your favorite part about working with the Florida Grand Opera?
It's a lot of good parts.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy doing things like this because, you know, the older we get in this career, the opportunities like this just to get together and make music with colleagues that you spend a year together with, it becomes rarer as you move on and you kind of move from city to city. So I really enjoy doing low pressure things like this where we can just stand up and make music for people.
Make music and enjoy. You have fun too.
Oh yeah, it's great to do different things because in a program like this we get to do opera on the stage, we get to do concerts like this and outreach and just little gigs, and it's great to have that variety.
Yeah, definitely. Now, have you both worked for other companies throughout the nation? Have you worked internationally?
I was at Arizona Opera last season.
Okay.
Similar to this, slightly less humid.
More dry.
A little arid, yeah. I haven't done any international work yet, but that's one of my goals in doing this is to go to Germany and sing there if I can.
Definitely. And talk a little bit about singing in other languages. Now, I'm sure, you know, do you speak all the languages that you sing in also? Are you that talented and really
more or less? I think it's important to at least be able to pronounce things and also understand. I think the more that you work in opera, the more you kind of start integrating different languages. So I'm a little bit lucky because I do speak Russian fluently because I grew up speaking Russian, and I went to a French school and have studied Italian and German and Spanish and Mandarin. My Mandarin's not great, but I can sing in it, which is helpful.
So you sing in all those languages? Wow.
Yeah, I think fluency in the languages that we sing in is any singer's ultimate goal, because you work with so many people who are from different countries and different areas of the world, and you're all together in one room. So the more languages that you can speak fluently, the better the music making is, I think. But currently I only speak English fluently, but my German and Italian aren't the worst.
Your English is fluent?
Not really, that's true. I lied. Yeah, but we have to pronounce these languages, and the first step in doing anything is translating what you're singing.
Yeah.
And so it kind of gives you that knowledge of the language from the very beginning.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And and is this show this week only in English, or is there other languages?
It's in a lot of things.
Okay.
I'm singing in French and Russian and Italian. What are you singing
I'm
in?
singing in Italian in this one. I think there's going to be some German as well. So you'll get a lot of coverage.
A lot.
Yeah.
Really fun. Well, thank you both so much for being here this morning. And thank you to all of you for tuning into this portion of the segment. Remember, this performance, All That Glitters, brought to you by the Florida Grand Opera, is happening at our Miramar Cultural Center next Tuesday, March 13th at 7:30 p.m. So we really hope that you all join us. Tickets are super affordable. You can get them online at MiramarCulturalCenter.org, or you can visit our box office day of and get your tickets there. So thank you both.
you
We look
there.
forward to
Thank
seeing
you so much.
there. Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
for
on the
having
show
me.
today. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll be hearing from our City of Miramar development engineer on updates on the historic Miramar Phase 2 project. Stay tuned.
I'm Miramar Mayor Wayne Messam, and I am personally inviting you to the Mayor's 3K Walk, Run, Health, and Yoga Fair sponsored by Memorial Healthcare System, Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital, Calvary Fellowship in Miramar, Aetna, Miami Dolphins, and Waste Pro. Come on out for a low-impact 3K Walk or Run Saturday, March 17th at 8 a.m., followed by the Health Fair and Yoga sessions. We'll have a kids zone, free health screenings, and yoga classes. I would like to see you there getting fit.
Good morning, Miramar, and welcome back. Thank you so much for remaining tuned in to this special episode of Good Morning Miramar. We are here today with Salvador Zuniga, who is the development engineer for the City of Miramar, talking to us all about the historic Miramar Complete Streets project, and we're actually in phase 2, so we're really excited about that. And Sal, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here as the development engineer at the City of Miramar.
Yes, my name is Salvador Zuniga. Most people in the city call me Sal, it's just shorter. I've been with the City of Miramar for close to 11 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the Construction and Facilities Management Department. I started as a civil engineer. I am a professional licensed engineer. I started reviewing private developments, mostly on the west side of Miramar when there was a boom going up with all the private development.
Absolutely.
Shortly, I started getting involved in more capital improvement projects at the city, overseeing and managing. This is one of the capital improvement projects, the historic Miramar Phase 2. No, that's it about myself.
Okay. Now, Complete Streets.
Yes.
We are working on creating just like this beautiful streetscape in historic Miramar. Tell us a little bit about what this project will look like once it's complete.
Yes, the city for a few years had an initiative of complete streets, especially in the historic Miramar, where some of the streets don't have sidewalks, don't have lighting, don't have bike lanes.
Yeah.
So the city has that initiative to redevelop that area and kind of incorporate these elements of complete streets. The city looks for different type of fundings, county funding, state fundings. This is a result of a county grant that the city received for $1.5 million to incorporate some of these streetscape elements in the historic Miramar. We selected a few streets that we think get a good use of a sidewalk. This project includes a sidewalk, pedestrian lighting, which is different than street lighting. Street lighting is higher, it's for the cars. Pedestrian lighting is lower just for the pedestrians.
Okay.
So they're not too much of a bothersome to the residents.
Yes.
So it only illuminates for the pedestrian. So this does have that and includes some of landscaping along the swells.
Really nice.
But the bulk of the project is the sidewalk. And this project, we're going to be doing 8 streets between State Road 7 and County Line Road, and between State Road and 62nd Avenue.
Okay.
And the 8 streets that we're doing, it's 19th Street, 21st Street, 27th Street, 30th Street, 32nd Street, 35th, 38th, and 40th Street.
Okay.
Once we're gonna be soon posting a construction site at each of those streets that's gonna have the project information and the contact information in case you have any questions. We're also gonna be handing out these flyers, door hangers.
Yeah, these are going to be hung up in the communities in historic Miramar.
And we're gonna be sending out these flyers that has like information, questions, frequently asked questions.
Yes.
And if you need to contact us, there's a phone number. Contractor's phone number is also there. The contractor is Weekly Asphalt and Paving. They're a very experienced contractor that does a lot of work with FDOT, the county. So so if you have any questions, you can always contact us at the numbers listed there. And as I say, there's going to be a construction site at each street also that you can easily read and call us if you have any questions.
Perfect. Now I wanted to go through some of the frequently asked questions that were in the project information brochure, because I know that we are going to be sending it out, but we want to push this information out to our residents as early as possible. So how long is the neighborhood more or less going to be under construction?
Since the project is expected about 10 months to last, but keep in mind that this is 8 different streets, so we're not going to be at all the streets at the same time.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
We're going to do one street at a time. So we expect to be at each street about a month. First, laying out all the electrical underground.
Yeah.
Then coming up behind it with the sidewalk, and then setting up the poles and the trees. So each street might get disrupted for about a month.
Okay.
Obviously, we're gonna always provide access to the residents.
Yes.
We're always gonna have a flag person directing traffic at each street. So the goal is to cause the minimal disruption
Right.
to the residents and to the right-of-way.
That's perfect. So, you know, it's safe to say that they're going to have safe access to all of their properties during construction. Now,
Yes.
what should they do if they're finding, you know, that they're not having access to get to their homes?
Yes, if they're having issues, unreasonable issues, keep in mind that there might be certain times where there might be like an hour or so where something is closed, but they will eventually help you out, whoever's working there. If you have any issues, please contact us at the phone numbers listed at the construction sites or the flyers we're going to be hanging out. You can always call 602-HELP also,
Yes.
and they'll direct to the right person. So please do so if you're experiencing issues. But for the most part, we're always going to be overseeing the contractor and to try to keep all the residents peace of mind at all times.
Absolutely. Now, what is the public right-of-way?
The public right-of-way, it's the segment that delineates what it's a public for public use, perpetual use, meaning the city, the public, everybody can use it. You're not trespassing in the public right-of-way. Everybody has the same right to use it. Now, the public right-of-way along this street is not clearly delineated, so a lot of people don't know where their property ends. For the most part, in these streets, you have 50-foot right-of-ways.
Right.
So if you measure 25 feet from the center of the road, that's more or less where your property line is.
Right.
So, and I know a lot of people, they build stuff all the way to the edge of the road. Just know that is not your property, that it's a public right-of-way. So there are some instances where you have stuff in the right-of-way that we need to
That
move or
needs to be
relocate,
moved. Yeah.
such as mailboxes.
Oh, okay.
So those things we're gonna either temporarily relocate them. We're gonna work with the post office to make sure that you're still getting your mail. If you're having issues with the mail, once again, call us and let us know. But everything in the right-of-way, we're gonna be either relocating, removing. So, and like I say, there's a 50-foot right-of-way. So if you measure 25 feet from the center of the road towards your house, then that's the right-of-way.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to mark it in the field as we go. So we put stakes so you can see more or less where your property ends.
That's really important to know, especially, you know, as you mentioned with the mailboxes and things like that. So just keep in mind, you know, if you have items in that public right-of-way, they may need to be moved either temporarily or moved, you know, indefinitely to allow for this project to be completed. So again, there will be so much signage available as construction is going on in each of the streets, as we mentioned earlier. With phone numbers, you will be getting a door hanger on your doors once the project starts, construction starts, and it'll have all of our contact information for you to reach out with any questions. But we're really looking forward to seeing how everything turns out. I know construction usually during the process is a little bit painful, but once it's done, everyone's really happy with the result.
Yes, we look forward as well. We understand it's an inconvenience. Construction, it's always an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Sometimes we all need to work together. At the end, it's the ultimate goal is to enhance the area. I know a lot of people will be happy to have sidewalk that connects from State Road 7 to 62nd Avenue. So that is our goal, and we're here to work with the residents. And if they have any concerns or complaints, please let us know. We'll assist the best that we can.
Yes. Well, thank you, Sal, for coming here and sharing this information with us. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
No, thank you for having me. No.
Perfect. Well, we're really excited for this project, and thank you to all of you. As we like to say, with our city slogan, it's beauty and progress. So we're always trying to make Miramar more beautiful and progress forward. So thank you all for tuning in to Good Morning Miramar. Remember, we're live every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Wishing you all a great day, and remember, it's right here in Miramar. Bye-bye.